Hello everyone, welcome to Just Invest Today, and today we're talking about Warren Buffett and what percent of your portfolio should you have in cash. And this was always a big issue for me, a big topic in my mind. Guys, I want to know your opinion on it. So guys, like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave your comment, and tell me how do you see it, or do you see it differently? What percent of your portfolio should you have in cash, or should you have cash at all? First, I want to give you my perspective on this, and then we're going to get into Warren Buffett's perspective. We're going to break some of it down to see what should we do, and should we take this advice, right? Because you always got to use your own situation and find out what's the best advice for you. So me, I always thought that you should at least have like 20-15% of cash on the side, because we never know when an opportunity in the market will happen. Because guys, you gotta remember, it's an auction driven market. Stocks don't always go up, they go down, up, sideways, everything. And you know there's always gonna be an opportunity, always gonna be a crash. There's always gonna be something going on in the market that will get you to get into these businesses at cheap prices, and that's what we want. One of Charlie Munger's favorite quotes in How to Get Rich is have a lot of cash on the side and basically wait for a crash. It's that simple, right? So I always thought I should have 15%, 10% cash, or 20% just sitting on the side waiting for an opportunity. But as time goes along, I'm thinking more on the side of just invest in good businesses at reasonable prices and just watch it grow. No matter what happens in the market, no matter if it goes up, down, sideways, whatever, just as long as you're investing in good businesses that you see can actually compound the money 5-10 years from now, don't worry about how much cash you have on the side. The only reason why you should have cash on the side is if you don't see any opportunities. So you're just generating cash from your job or from whatever you're doing, and you just don't see any opportunities in the market. So your cash is just piling up, and you don't find any opportunities. So you just have 15% because there is no businesses to buy. Not just having 50% of cash because you just want that on the side, expecting a crash to happen. But let's get into it. So let's see what Warren Buffett says about cash.
Berkshire has over $100 billion in cash, and you say that you always want this company to be a fortress. So how much cash should an ordinary investor have on a percentage basis, do you think?
It depends on the personal situation. If you're working in something where you're living off your paycheck from week to week, you want to have a little cash around, and you certainly don't want to have a credit card that's maxed out or anything.
So that's like a good little sign right there. If you have like a credit card that you have to pay off, credit cards, those bills come out crazy. Like the interest rates on some of those credit cards will cripple you. So so pay that off first. Every situation is different, right? Do you have an emergency fund? You don't want to have all your cash in the market, and then you're gonna have to take it out one day because you didn't have any emergency fund in case something happens in your family life or your personal life, whatever. And then you have to go to the market, you have to sell off your stocks, and they're already like 20%, like they decline 20% down on those positions, and you have to sell them off just to get money so you can do what you have to do in your personal life. You never want to be in that situation, so you should have cash on the side like that.
Like that. But if your house is paid off, if you don't have big living expenses, you got a portfolio of decent diversified businesses, you don't need any cash.
So you can be...
Look at there, Buffett just said you don't need any cash on the side. You can have 0% cash in your portfolio, long as you have everything taken care of, your house, your emergency fund, your family fund, or your personal life, all that is taken care of. You can have 0%. And this is shocking because we know how much money Warren has on the side right now. He has $140 billion just waiting on the side. So it's just what is he saying? But he has different obligations too. He has to pay for all these companies and employees and all these businesses, and he has an insurance companies, and he has, like, in case a disaster happens, he has to have cash on the side. So I guess he has obligations on the side, and plus he can't find good companies. But we just don't know if he's just saying it, because then on the side he has all this cash just waiting on the side. So which one is it? Or is he just can't find businesses and he just doesn't want to deploy his cash?
But if I were retired, I had say $1 million portfolio of stocks that was paying me $30,000 a year in dividends or something of the sort, and my children were grown, the house was paid off and everything. I wouldn't worry too much about having a lot of cash in them.
Let's talk a little bit.
See, and there it is. He wouldn't worry about any cash. He is just wants to, like, he always talks about this. It's like owning a farm. If you own the farm and you're seeing 5-10 years out, you don't care about what the crop is doing today, or what the crop price is this month, or what the property value of the farm is this month or this year. You're gonna hold it for 5 to 10 years, so you can have all your wealth in it and all like your equity pretty much in there. So this is an interesting question and like an interesting thought. I always thought different. I always should have like 15%, 20%. Like, I always thought I should have cash on the side in case the worst happens. But guys, tell me what you think. How much should you be invested? Because you also got to think about the cash drag. If you have 20% in your portfolio and you just have that for the next 10 years, your annual returns are going to decrease by a lot. If you never deploy that capital, you just have money on the side all the time. So tell me what you guys think. What's your opinion on this? I want to hear your thoughts and your reasoning maybe for having cash on the side. What should you do with all your cash? Guys, tell me what you think. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I want to hear from you. Peace!